Hello. Hello everyone. Aloha and welcome. I'm so excited for this Insta Live because today I'm going to be launching a special series called Spirituality, the New Superpower. And I'm really excited to talk all about it and share it with all of you. And we're also going to be having an awesome guest today with us. So before I go on to invite our lovely guest, so let me talk a little bit about what is spirituality and what is this buzzword all about. It sounds like such a heavy word, but let's just break it down a little and simplify to what really spirituality is. So in simple terms, spirituality is basically the understanding that you are not just this physical body. You are a multi-dimensional being who exists as so many consciousness levels. Am I audible now? Can everyone hear me? All right. So spirituality is something which makes us realize that we are so much more than this conscious body. So our education system has programmed our mind in such ways that we believe that we are just the conscious mind, which is just 10% of our total existing potential. And that is just such a powerful thing to have at our mercy, to be able to tap into that 90% beyond the 10%. That is what spirituality is all about. So far, we've been struggling and trying to achieve everything by pushing our conscious mind, our intellect, our logical abilities, but nobody has ever told us there's something so big that exists beyond that. And that is what we're going to find out more about and talk about, listen, and have people here with us who have applied spirituality to create mind-blowing results in their life in different fields and areas. So one amazing guest that I have with me today is Ashmita. So she is this young, chirpy, vibrant girl who was exposed to spirituality at a very young age. She learned it and now she goes on to not just apply in her life but share it with youngsters all across. So I will just add her.
Hi.
Hi. Hi Ashmita.
Hi, how are you? I'm so
I'm
happy
good.
to. today.
It's wonderful to have you. So let me tell you a little bit about Ashmita. So she is this awesome personal growth coach. She's also a Helio Life teacher who has been making ripples not just in her life, but in lives of so many people everywhere. So Ashmita, welcome, and I'm really happy to have you with me today here.
I'm really happy to be here today, and I love your energy, and there's so much to learn from you. And so it's my pleasure and honor to be here in your company today.
Thank you so much. So let's get on to the topic at hand. So the
Yeah,
reason we are having this Insta Life series is to let everyone know that what awesome superpower this spirituality is.
yeah.
We've been struggling to just apply our conscious mind and apply and achieve things. But we have this entire untapped potential within us, which we've not really been taught to learn, apply in our life. So I want
Hmm.
to know from you, how did your spiritual journey start and what led you to explore spirituality at such a young age?
Yeah, I think your journey started at an age younger than mine. So that's amazing to know that. I think a lot of young people these days are awakening and becoming conscious. And, this is something which is very amazing to see. Because usually what would happen was a lot of old people after their retirement, they want to seek spirituality or go on a pilgrim. That's what was known.
Exactly. That is so true. You're so right.
Yeah. So they wanted to do the yatras and go to different mandirs to finally, after they're done with their life, find this God. But now I feel a lot of young people are awakening and they're asking these questions. What is God? Who is God? Or who is this universe? Or what is this life about? And more and more young people are asking this, and even little kids these days are asking these questions, which is so amazing
Yeah,
that,
that is so true. As
yeah,
you said, waking up to spirituality when you're 60, 70, 80, I feel it's very less to explore or achieve or, to milestones to be achieved. But when you start applying and learning this at such a young age, you can have an awesome, effortless, easygoing life, achieving things effortlessly. That is such an amazing thing to have in your life.
yeah, absolutely. And I believe that as the collective consciousness is rising, more and more people are awakening earlier than they would have usually, if we consider our past generations. And it's happening quite fast now. And with whatever has happened in the world, it has again pushed us to awaken, to ask questions.
Yes, COVID has
Um,
definitely been a wake-up call to go inside rather than just seeking outside.
And surprisingly, the world has the way it has all worked. It has provided us the time, the space, and even the access to this knowledge.
Yeah,
Because everyone's
absolutely.
going online, and even uh, people in their 70s, 60s, 50s are going online, and
Yeah, so COVID actually, forced us to get shut inside our houses. There's no distraction to be found outside, so you have to go inside now. Where else will you go? So you have to explore yourself, who you are, which I think is one of the most beautiful things about spirituality. It's not just about some concepts about spirit and all those things. It's about knowing who you are, and not
yeah,
just the conscious you, but also the unconscious, the subconscious parts of you, exploring them, your demons,
yes,
understanding and overcoming them. So that is such
yes.
an amazing thing about spirituality. So Ashmita, tell us, at what age did you get into spirituality and what led you to get into spirituality?
I believe I started when I was 21, 22. That's when I reached a breaking point and I started asking the questions as to how can I be more happy? What can I do to let go of whatever that I'm feeling right now? Because it had become too much at a point, whatever I was going through and feeling emotionally after what had happened in my life, the events. They were orchestrated in a way um, that it suddenly all fell down. And then I had to ask these questions. and I
Mhm.
had to search for a solution. And that finding for a solution, that journey made me awaken and made me become more conscious.
Mhm. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, you know. So, for me also, I think my journey was also similar because, it starts from questions when you see things around and see your life, things that are not making you happy, and you want to figure out that, how do I get that happiness, that you see around, how do you tap into that? Why do you not have that same luxuries, that happiness and that peace of mind, all those things? So I think that's something which also led me to explore spirituality. So, and tell us
Exactly.
how, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember at one point I called up my dad and I told him that I want to go to the Himalayas and meditate there. Because I don't know, whatever is happening in my life right now, it's not making any sense. And I think that the answer lies in the Himalayas and I need to go there. And of course, I got a lot of scolding for that. But
Yeah, not all of us get to be the monks who sold us a Ferraris.
yes, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
So,
did.
how did spirituality transform your life? The place that you were there in your life, how did it help you overcome it? And what were the benefits of spirituality for you?
I think the number one benefit is developing my own self-worth and really understanding that I'm worth something, and knowing that I can love myself for who I am, and discovering more about me, my talents, my abilities, my gifts, my purpose. That's what spirituality has given me apart from emotional healing.
Mm-hmm.
So it has been a beautiful journey because I discovered so much and I remembered basically so much about who I really am.
Yeah.
And my journey is all about self-worth because
Oh,
I had lived my childhood wondering that I'm worthless, feeling like really low in confidence, feeling like I'm not good enough. So that's what my journey, my childhood has been about, where I always felt different than others, jealous of the people who were doing well in in our class. Um, and always feeling that I don't belong and I'm not one of them or I'm not good enough as them. And, that has been my childhood and my journey. And when I discovered spirituality or healing, I realized that I'm worth it and
yeah,
I'm
that's
worthy.
so
I'm good
beautiful.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think most of us have this feeling of not being good enough. I think
Yes.
I won't be exaggerating if I say 95% of people are living with this feeling of not being good enough. I mean, even those people that you see on Instagram and are like super envious of like super perfect lives, even they have something to feel that they're not good enough. So this pandemic is actually, of not being good enough, really common. But not everybody accepts it. So it's so beautiful for you to share about it. You embraced it, accepted it, overcame it, and now you're helping others to achieve that as well. So that is
Yes.
so beautiful. And now
Thank
tell us some of the more tangible results that you could create with spirituality, like jobs and health and relationships, like the physical worldly things. What did you manifest or create?
you. I believe that I constantly manifest things in my life. I did not initially focus on manifesting anything materialistic because that wasn't my goal. I wanted to know what my place is here on earth and what am I really here to do. And spirituality gave me my work, my profession, what I do today, which is being a personal growth coach. And as I started my journey, you know, being a coach, I got a lot of questions. Of course, they were
Mhm.
a mirror of the doubts within me, but nobody would easily accept what I was doing and they wouldn't really understand what I was doing. Being
Yeah.
born in a family that's very logical minded, very left brain, it was not easy to gain their acceptance, and once they did, it wasn't easy to um, feel accepted by my friends, by the people around me for what I was doing. There were a lot of questions. So it's not like everyone was like, okay, go, 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 you can do this, you can do this. It was like, what is this about? And will you be able to make enough? Or what is exactly do you do? Why don't you study psychology? Why don't you get a master's? Why don't you get a degree and all of that? So I got so many such questions, and just people not understanding the value of the work that I do. And that had been one of my most initial struggles when one day I decided that, okay, I want to be a coach. And that journey and that sort of realization um, came from a space of attraction where I saw someone online, some people from abroad that I followed, and I saw them being coaches, and I was really attracted to that profession. And I was like, oh, even I want to do that, because I was in a state in my life where I didn't know which path to take in terms of my career. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was a marketing graduate, but the job that I was in did not satisfy me at all. And since my whole journey has been about not feeling good enough, it was also this zeal within me to do things differently, because I felt like if I followed the herd, I wouldn't be successful, and I wouldn't be able to get past them or be good at it, because there's so many other people who are great at what they do. And with that sense of with that feeling, I went on in my journey. And it at a point when my career hit a standstill, I just was all over the place. And with spirituality, with coaching, this is the gift that I've got. It's the work that I love, and I can do it full time. I can do it in my sleep. And that's the biggest gift you can, material manifestation that you can get. Of course,
Yes,
apart,
absolutely.
yes, and once you've gotten and you've understood and you've come to um, a realization that this is what you love doing, a lot of other things become easier for you.
Yes, that's true. I think job, your career, your work is something which is like at the core of everything, our existence. And if that is settled, then you can start effortlessly working around with other things as well. And you very rightly pointed out, spirituality in India particularly, I feel has a lot of correlation to the, all the Pandit and all the Himalayas. That is only what spirituality is, because I remember when I was in school, so I was somehow quite spiritual from a very young age. So my mother would always tell me कि तुम पहाड़ों पे तो नहीं चली जाओगी ना संन्यास तो नहीं ले लोगी ना. So somehow, in India, spirituality has a lot of linkage to, renouncing everything and going to Himalaya. But the spirituality that we talk about, the new age spirituality, it actually helps you create understanding of yourself and applying spirituality to this world. Not just trying to achieve that, but actually find results and applications in this world that we're living in. And to create happiness, peace of mind, joy, and grow and evolve within this. So this is something which is very important, to actually spread that this new age spirituality is for each one of us. It's
Yeah.
not just a few people. Everyone can use this superpower and create whatever they want in their life. Whether it's having becoming a multi-millionaire or just having a very nice relationship, feeling love for themselves, and just having peace of mind. So everything is possible with this work.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are the co-creators of our reality. That's
Yes.
what we learn in
Yeah.
spirituality is that we create our reality, our life, the way we want to, and with consciousness and with awareness. And that's a
Yes.
beautiful gift that comes along with it, with the wisdom, with the awareness and the knowledge. So,
Yeah, because in the absence of, this spiritual knowledge, we are roaming around as victims. We feel that life is happening to me and I have absolutely no control. I'm a victim of life. It's when you start understanding that how spirituality works, how your subconscious mind works, how you work at various dimensions of consciousness, you start taking back that power in your hand. And as you said, become a co-creator of life, the pilot of your own life, you know. So that is an amazing feeling, truly.
Absolutely. And knowing that everything happens for your highest good, that's also so important on this journey.
Yes, absolutely. You know, so there are no, so every breakdown, as they say, is a breakthrough actually in disguise.
Yeah, actually, every
Mm.
pain that every amount of pain that's inflicted on us helps us grow in a way.
Yeah,
And
and it's all a blessing. We just don't see it at that time, but it's just clearing way for something bigger and better, which we maybe don't understand at that point. We see, okay, if I get a job with that company, my life will be sorted. But we don't know what exists there that is not for my best interest. I have something maybe better stored. So
yeah.
that far-sightedness is what is another gift of spirituality, as you shared. So that is another amazing part of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
seeing the bird's eye view, seeing and understanding why certain events happen in your life. And usually you do connect the dots looking backwards and not
Yes,
looking forward. But while
yes,
you're on the path of spirituality, you meet such teachers, you meet mentors who show you, how the dots connect, and they
yes,
they can guide you very gently to understand why whatever is happening in your life is happening, and that is beautiful because you
yeah,
don't get
yeah,
to
you're right. You
experience
know,
that by
so even
yourself.
I feel that this has been a really powerful learning in my own life that everything happens for my highest good. You know, this is like a life-changing statement when you actually start believing in it, when you
Yeah,
start seeing the power of it. Because, so over the years, so earlier it takes time, you know, when you're new to spirituality, it takes time to be able to connect the dots. But then the best part is you can reach a place where in that shit storm, that time itself, you can see how you become absolutely peaceful because you have so much faith. There's so much trust in the unfolding that you know that this is for your good. So there's no doubt, you know?
absolutely. And yes, exactly. After a point, when you've been guided enough by the teachers in the human form, you'll find the teachers in the spirit form, in the energy form, and you'll find you and your higher self being your
Yes.
biggest teacher. And the
That I
access to it
agree.
is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
in the initial stages, we run to outside books or teachers for questions and answers. And
Yeah.
slowly, when you start getting settled, you just sit with the question and the answer comes on its own.
Yeah.
That is
Absolutely.
actually so fun.
Absolutely. I mean, then you don't need to go to anyone to answer your life's most difficult questions for you. All you need
Yeah.
to do is find a comfortable place, sit back and relax and close your eyes, and the answer will come to you. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah. So,
about it that you have to do. Yeah.
yeah. So tell me, so what is your predominant age group that you see now coming into spirituality?
Oh, I see a lot of, I mean, little kids being so mature and so inquisitive about things, about life. It can start at the age of 4 or 5 when the kid learns to speak. And I don't think that it has to be like, children have to grow older to become aware. A lot of these children are coming now, the new age.
Yeah, who are, ready for that, bringing about more of that spiritual awareness on earth.
Yeah, they're coming with a lot of higher awareness and higher
Yeah,
consciousness and lots of
yeah,
gifts nowadays.
yeah,
The
absolutely.
rainbow children or the crystal children.
Yeah. So, that's why I really liked this term superpower. I wanted to call it a superpower because I feel it's not necessarily that you have to be born with it. It's something
Yeah,
you can learn so easily, even if you don't have to be born with clairvoyance. to be spiritual. Everything, each of us has as access to this amazing superpower within us, and we just have to tap into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And uh, as it's said that the divine is always flowing, the divine energy is always flowing. It's
Yeah, it's
there.
just that we block it, the access to the divinity or super consciousness, whatever you call it. So it's we who block it, but it's always available for us. So when we start clearing out the blocks, it becomes like a free flow of wisdom for us to, apply in our life.
Absolutely. And the moment we allow it to flow through us, that's when the real miracles happen. That's when the real transformation takes place
Yeah,
within us and for the world around us. And that's
yeah,
why I think it's that even with the Heal Your Life philosophy, that when we heal, the world heals with us. So we
absolutely. So it's
contribute
all
to
about us. You're so right. It's an inside job. There's nothing to change outside. It's all here. And
yeah.
also, so as you were talking about, how, that wisdom, that access to divinity. So I have found such practical usage of this knowledge and wisdom. So, so for example, like at workplace, at your job. So you just get a knowing, when you have to take decisions, whether you have to do certain things in a certain way. I have noticed when you start accessing that higher consciousness part of you, you just know this against this. And you don't know how, but it just comes. And then, it gives amazing results. Everything is more accelerated, whether it's your career growth, whether it's your work satisfaction, everything becomes really accelerated because now you're not using just that 10% of your conscious mind. You're using so much more that is available to you. So that
Absolutely.
is definitely, yeah, exciting.
Yeah, even the day-to-day life, and even knowing whether if you're in a social circle and you're meeting new people, you'll understand, if there is a match or a mismatch, and you'll know what really is happening there. Even meeting new people, meeting friends, that intuitive guidance, that gut feeling becomes very strong, and
Yes.
it helps you in your life, in all aspects of your life, and even health, understanding what to eat, what not to eat, understanding whether it's serving your body or it's not.
Yeah, so
Becoming
it's basically gut feeling, instinctual. It's also listening to your body. So your body talks to you, and when you are into this work, you are able to access it what it wants. So you will just have those cravings for those good things. Like if your body needs vitamin C, you will automatically feel the urge to have an orange. It just happens. So our body talks in really amazing ways to us as well.
Yeah, it's just a matter of you being attuned to that sensitivity, that frequency. And
Yes.
it's like tuning the radio station, right? We just tune it to the right channel and then we start receiving the information, the download.
Exactly.
It's the
That's
same as
well
receiving
said.
two
Yeah.
different packets. Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here with me. And it was really lovely talking to you. And for all the people with us and all the viewers who want to view this later. So this is something we've been talking a lot about spirituality, but if you want to explore various tools and techniques, you can visit Ashmita's page. She's been doing amazing work on spirituality. You can also visit my page and you will find a lot of tools and techniques that you can start applying easily in your day-to-day life to see the results and change.
Yes,
So thank you,
absolutely.
Ashmita. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was such a beautiful experience. And yes, I'm so honored to be in your company today.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
You too. Bye.